Hey dads, welcome to Father Figures, a podcast dedicated to you, a dad trying to manage and grow your business while being the best family man you can. I'm bringing together dads from all walks of life who live by the mantra family first, business second. With guests and solo episodes, we'll dive into the lives of dads all over and hear how they manage being the best dad they can, what has worked, and what needs improvement. We'll discuss being a good spouse and role model and dive into the constant pull we have to grow our businesses and support our families financially while supporting them emotionally. Can't wait to have you on this journey. Let's jump in. All right. So, welcome to the first episode of Father Figures, a podcast dedicated to fathers who put family first, business second. Dads who are entrepreneurs, who are battling the inner demons that we have of work grind, house grind, being the best husband, being the best father, and we're putting so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect at all of them. And while it's amazing to strive for that, one thing I noticed with myself personally, and from all the other dads that I've talked to when I brought this idea up, and man, the praise and excitement around this has been overwhelming. Very excited for that. Cannot wait to start getting more of these episodes out. We have a lot recorded and a lot to be recorded, and so they'll be coming out weekly going forward. But everyone needed an outlet. They wanted to bounce ideas off of people. So I see this podcast helping hundreds, if not thousands, if not more, dads who are running businesses. And I wanted to create a place where I'm going to interview business owner dads and we're just going to talk. No set agenda, no scripted questions, a lot of riffing back and forth on what it's like for them managing, being a dad, being a husband, being, healthy, working out, managing business, managing employees, the stress. Guys don't have the best outlets to talk about that stuff. I'll go golfing with someone for 4 or 5 hours and my wife will be like, "What'd you guys talk about?" And I'll go, "Golf." She asks, "Oh, how are they doing?" And I'm like, I think they're good. I don't know. And it's just not something you talk about. You don't get that deep with people that often, especially guys. So I wanted to create this group where I'll have someone sit next to me and we're just going to be talking about life, things that they're doing that are working well as in their lives with being a dad, being a husband, running their business, some things that might not have worked out as well, or just what's on their mind. It's kind of an open forum to just get people talking and get dads talking about those struggles that they have and hopefully talk through some of them. It always feels better when you can talk to a friend or you just have an outlet to let things go. And that's what I'm hoping for. My goal with this, and obviously being the first podcast I've ever done, I cannot guarantee that the quality is going to be perfect as far as video, sound, me on here. But I really, really do believe that the content itself is going to be the best you've ever heard because it's just going to be real. There's no scripts, like I said. It is just us talking. And I wanted these to be a half hour to 45 minutes where you can throw it on in the car when you're driving somewhere, put it on in the car when you're driving home from there, and you can implement something when you get back. That's how quickly I wanted to be able to snap and get through. 3-hour podcasts are just too long. You can't possibly take everything from them. So I wanted these to be short, but I wanted them to be impactful. So I'm going to leave it open for suggestions and comments. If anyone has any topics that they want me to ask guests, or if you yourself want to be a guest or know someone that wants to be a guest because they have something good to share, I am all ears. I would love that. I can't wait for this to get started. After everyone I've talked to and the struggles that other people have gone through, this is needed. It truly is. And I'm excited to be the one to help bring it. You'll hear from me on a couple of solo episodes. Most of the time, it's going to be a guest talking. I don't have all the answers. I'm searching the answers to pass them out to you guys. It's up to you to take what you want, ditch what you don't, and ultimately just keep creating a better life for you and your family and running the business as well. So a lot of things had shifted for my family when, the main reason why I started this, it's about 2 years ago when I got the idea for this. I had just gotten diagnosed with cancer April of 2022. So it's been 2 years. And my wife, she always has struggled with health issues, autoimmune disease, Lyme's disease. And so it's always been a battle helping her through tough times or when she's sick and kind of getting her through those. And so I was always the healthy one. Nothing was ever wrong with me. I never had any issues, brag about not going to the doctor. It was just me being a tough guy saying, I'll take care of things. And then in 2022, when I got my cancer diagnosis, that really hit me. Our son was 5 at the time. And, by the grace of God, everything worked out amazingly. I still get emotional thinking about it, but everything worked out the way it was supposed to. And it brought me back down to a reality that family is the most important thing we'll ever have. Business, money, cars, houses, they're great things. But the people around you are and always will be the most important things you have. And we need to, as men, understand that growing a business is great and it is supporting the family. But if you're not emotionally supporting your family, you're just a meal ticket. You're going to be known as the person who provided money. And to me and to other dads that this will resonate with, they want to do both. They want to be the dad that's there, that's present, that their kids can talk to, that's there for a lot of the big moments, or, maybe the first half of, 6, 7, 10 years of your kid's life, you were head down in the business and now it's time to, start making up for some lost time. I was always very strict on being done with work at a certain time, spending time with family, but my mind was always on work, running a business, running my financial planning practice. It was always on the business, even when I was at home. And I felt that, my family felt that. And so I needed an outlet to kind of bring me back to reality of being able to cut things off where they need to be, get what I need to get done during the time I can, and then spend the time with the family, the rest of it. And the cancer diagnosis, I mean, if that doesn't just, hit you like a ton of bricks, it's like, hey, your life isn't guaranteed. Your tomorrow is not a guarantee, but you set your alarm clock the night before anyways, right? So you expect to be here. So that means you should expect to be here for your family. You should expect to show up for them as a father, not just as a money maker. And so, long story short, with the over the last 2 years of when I dreamt up father figures, right after my surgery there in 2020 is when I first started it, all the way until now. Took it took a lot of courage for me to actually start doing this. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe just thinking like I'm not the best example. I really try to be, but I'm not perfect, and I don't. There's no one that is. And I finally come to terms with that, where I don't need to be perfect in order to share what I know and share what others know as well. Because collectively, we can change how dads interact with their families and ultimately then grow their businesses because they're so full at home. They have so much joy when they're at home. They can be fully present at work. And I don't know ultimately what everyone's motives are, that's going to be up to the listener. It's going to be up to you guys. But I want people to be able to take a couple of nuggets from our podcasts, from our guests, and implement something at home. Or, as I mentioned, if you guys have something, come on the show, share it. We'll talk about it with another guest, or if you want to be a guest, more than happy to have you guys on the show and do this. I want to be interactive. So with that, that's kind of the backstory on me starting this. I was able to get more time this year. Started a different as a partner on a different practice. Ultimately, kind of got some of my time back. Smaller client base for me. Lower volume, higher quality. So it's allowed me even more family time and more time to bring this stuff out too that I wasn't able to do before. So thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of Father Figures podcast. I'm excited to keep bringing these to you. Again, give us some grace in the quality of the footage and the sound and all that fun stuff, but the content is going to be lights out. I can't wait to see you guys on this journey. Reach out with questions, like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff, please. Would greatly appreciate it. You guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you next week.